Let me ask you something. When was the last time you reached down to tie your shoes and thought, wow, that was harder than it used to be? Or maybe you've noticed that getting up from your favorite recliner takes a little more effort, or your back feels tight after gardening. My dear friends, these little reminders are part of what I hear every week from my patients over 60. And here's the truth: most of the stiffness, the aches, and the lack of energy you feel are not just getting older. They're often the result of muscles and joints that simply aren't being stretched enough. Think about it. When we were kids, we bent, twisted, and stretched without even realizing it. But as we age, we sit more, we move less, and our muscles tighten like rubber bands left too long in a drawer. That tightness can pull on joints, cause discomfort, and even make walking feel like a chore. The good news is this: you don't need fancy equipment, you don't need to join a gym, and you certainly don't need to feel stuck. A few gentle stretches every day can give you back that freedom of movement, that comfort in your body, and even the confidence to stay active without fear of pain or falling. Welcome, my friends. I'm so glad you're here today. If you've ever wished you could move more easily, feel less stiff, or even just enjoy daily activities like cooking, walking, or playing with your grandkids without pain slowing you down, then this message is for you. We're going to talk about the real life-changing benefits of stretching. Not the kind that makes you feel like you're in a yoga studio for athletes, but simple, safe, and practical movements you can do in your own living room. By the end of our time together, you'll understand why stretching matters more after 60 than at any other stage of life. You'll know how just 5 to 10 minutes a day can improve circulation, reduce joint pain, and even sharpen your balance. And most importantly, you'll feel encouraged that it's never too late to start. Whether you've been active your whole life or you're just now deciding to make a change, stretching can meet you where you are. Now, let's talk about how stretching truly works. Imagine your muscles as elastic bands. When they're used often, they stay flexible and strong. But when they're ignored, they become tight, brittle, and more likely to snap. That's why seniors who don't stretch often complain about back pain, hip stiffness, or even neck soreness. A few simple movements each day gently lengthen those muscles, improve blood flow, and release that tight feeling. Picture this. You wake up in the morning, pour yourself a cup of coffee, and before you sit down with the paper or check your phone, you spend just a few minutes reaching your arms overhead, rolling your shoulders, and gently twisting your torso side to side. That little routine alone signals your body it's time to wake up. You'll notice your posture improve and your energy feel a little brighter. I remember one of my patients, a gentleman in his 70s, who told me he thought stretching was a waste of time. He wanted real exercise, like walking or lifting light weights. But he also struggled with lower back pain every single day. When I showed him a few stretches designed just for his hips and hamstrings, he was shocked at the difference. Within 2 weeks, he said he could walk to the park without stopping to rest. His wife noticed he even stood taller at the dinner table. That's the hidden power of stretching. It often gives back more than you expect. Another thing I want you to understand is that stretching is not about how far you can bend or how flexible you used to be. It's about improving your own range of motion so that tying your shoes, reaching for a can in the cupboard, or even stepping into the bathtub feels easier and safer. You're not competing with anyone, not even with your younger self. Every gentle stretch is progress. Every bit of looseness is a victory. Think about balance for a moment. One of the biggest concerns for seniors is the risk of falling. What many don't realize is that tight muscles in your legs and hips can throw off your balance, making you less steady. A simple stretch for your calves, for example, can help you feel more grounded when you walk. Stretching the muscles around your hips can improve the way you stand, reducing wobbling or instability. Isn't that amazing? Something so simple can prevent something so serious. And stretching is not just physical, it's also mental. When you pause in your day to gently move your body, you're also signaling your mind to slow down, breathe, and let go of stress. Seniors often tell me that their stretching time feels like a little meditation, a chance to reconnect with themselves. That calmness lowers blood pressure, eases anxiety, and brings a kind of peace we all crave. Let me give you a picture of what this could look like for you. After dinner, instead of heading straight for the TV, you spend 5 minutes in your favorite chair. You cross one ankle over the opposite knee and lean forward slightly, giving your hips a gentle stretch. You roll your wrists and ankles to keep the joints moving. You reach both arms out wide, opening your chest as if you're welcoming the evening in. By the time you finish, you feel looser, lighter, and ready for a restful night of sleep. And don't underestimate how stretching affects circulation. As we age, blood flow can slow down, especially if we sit for long periods. That's why legs feel heavy, feet swell, or joints ache. Stretching pumps fresh blood into those muscles, almost like turning on a faucet. Better circulation means more oxygen to your tissues, faster healing, and a noticeable lift in energy. Many of my patients tell me they don't even need that extra afternoon cup of coffee once they've built stretching into their day. Here's something else to reflect on. Stretching connects you to your body in a way that feels empowering. Instead of focusing on what you can't do anymore, stretching helps you celebrate what you still can. Every time you reach, bend, or twist, even just a little, you're reminding yourself, I'm still strong, I'm still capable, I'm still moving forward. And remember, it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need a mat, a trainer, or even special clothes. If you can breathe, you can stretch. If you can move even a little, you can stretch. And every day you do, your body thanks you by giving back comfort, energy, and freedom. Think of stretching as a gift you give yourself every single day. You don't need to carve out an hour. You don't even need to break a sweat. Just a few minutes sprinkled throughout your routine can transform the way you feel. For instance, let's say you're waiting for your morning toast. That's a perfect moment to place your hands on the counter, step back a bit, and gently lean your chest toward the floor. It opens up your shoulders, lengthens your back, and sets a calming tone before breakfast even begins. Now, let's imagine you've been sitting for a while, maybe reading a book or watching TV. Instead of staying seated, try this. Stand up slowly. Place one hand on the back of your chair for balance and bring your heel up toward your backside, stretching the front of your thigh. Hold it for a few breaths, then switch sides. You'll feel the muscles that get tight from sitting all day begin to release. It's such a simple move, yet it works wonders for your hips and knees. Another beautiful stretch I often recommend is for your neck. So many seniors tell me they carry tension right here, as if the weight of the world is sitting on their shoulders. Here's what you can do. Sit comfortably, drop your right ear gently toward your right shoulder, and take 3 slow breaths. Then do the same on the other side. Don't force it, just let gravity do the work. It's amazing how something this small can ease headaches, relax your shoulders, and even improve sleep. Stretching can also be a social activity. I have a couple who comes to my clinic every few months for checkups, and they shared with me that they've turned stretching into their evening ritual together. Before bed, they put on soft music and go through a few stretches side by side. They told me it's not only helped their flexibility, but also deepened their sense of connection. What a wonderful way to care for both your body and your relationships. And let's not forget breathing. Pairing stretches with slow, deep breaths makes every movement more powerful. When you inhale, imagine filling your body with energy. When you exhale, picture releasing tension, stress, and anything heavy weighing on your mind. That rhythm not only supports your muscles, but also brings peace to your heart. Many of my patients worry about doing stretches the wrong way. Let me reassure you. As long as you move gently, listen to your body, and avoid forcing any position, you're doing it right. There is no perfect stretch. The perfect stretch is the one that feels good, safe, and achievable for you. I often remind seniors to think about stretching the way we think about brushing our teeth. We don't brush because our teeth hurt. We brush because we know it keeps them healthy. Stretching works the same way. It's not just for when you're sore or stiff. It's for keeping stiffness from showing up in the first place. It's preventative medicine that costs nothing but pays you back every single day. Here's something else to consider. Stretching helps your joints stay lubricated. Think of your joints as hinges on a door. If the door is opened and closed often, the hinges stay smooth. But if that door stays shut for months, the hinges become rusty and hard to move. Your joints are the same. Every time you move them gently through stretching, you're keeping them oiled and ready to support you through daily life. So the next time you feel that stiffness in your back when you wake up, or you notice your knees don't bend as easily as they used to, don't just sigh and say, I'm getting old. Instead, remind yourself, this is my body asking for a little care, a little stretch, a little kindness. And when you give it that, your body responds with strength, balance, and ease. Let's begin with a simple morning set. Imagine you've just gotten out of bed. Before you even leave the bedroom, take a moment to stand tall, feet shoulder width apart. Reach both arms slowly up to the ceiling, as if you're greeting the day with open hands. Breathe deeply and then lower your arms. Do this a few times and you'll feel your spine lengthen, your chest open, and your mind wake up. Next, place your hands on your hips and gently rotate your torso in slow circles. This loosens your back and wakes up your digestive system too. It's like telling your whole body, "Good morning, let's get moving." For your midday set, maybe after lunch or during a break from household chores, sit in a sturdy chair. Cross your right ankle over your left knee and lean forward just a little until you feel a stretch in your hip. Hold for a few breaths, then switch sides. This helps release tightness from sitting and protects your lower back. You can also extend one leg straight out in front of you, keeping the heel on the floor, and gently lean forward to stretch your hamstrings. These stretches are especially important if you enjoy sitting with a good book or spend time at the computer. As the day winds down, you can finish with a calming evening set. One of my favorites is a gentle seated twist. Sit upright in your chair, place your right hand on the back of the chair, and slowly turn your torso to the right. Hold for a few breaths, then switch to the other side. This is wonderful for your spine and digestion, especially after dinner. Another soothing stretch is simply interlacing your fingers, pressing your palms forward, and extending your arms in front of you. It relaxes the shoulders and wrists, releasing all that tension from the day. By the time you're done, your body feels lighter, your breathing is calmer, and your mind is ready for restful sleep. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, "Doctor, I don't have the energy for all of this." But here's what I want you to remember. Stretching gives back energy instead of taking it away. It's not like a strenuous workout where you feel drained afterward. Stretching leaves you refreshed. Think of it as putting a little oil in the engine. It helps everything run smoother. And here's something else beautiful. Stretching is one of the few activities that truly grows with you. Whether you're 60, 70, or even 90, stretching adapts to your needs. If you're strong and mobile, you can go deeper. If you're recovering from surgery or dealing with arthritis, you can keep it gentle. There's no age limit, no expiration date. You can start today, right where you are. One of my patients, a sweet lady in her late 80s, shared with me that she spends just 5 minutes every evening stretching her arms and legs in bed before she goes to sleep. She doesn't get down on the floor anymore, and she doesn't need to, but those few minutes keep her muscles from stiffening overnight, and she told me she wakes up without that creaky feeling so many seniors complain about. Her story proves that there's always a way to make stretching fit your life. Now let me leave you with a reflection. Stretching is not just a physical act. It's a symbol. Every time you stretch, you're reminding yourself to stay open to new possibilities, to new joys, to the life still waiting for you. Just as your muscles lengthen, your spirit expands. And in that gentle act of reaching outward, you're also reaching inward, reconnecting with the strength and vitality that has always been within you. Think about the moments already built into your day, the little pauses and transitions. Those are perfect times to stretch without even feeling like you're setting aside exercise time. For example, when you're cooking and waiting for a pot of water to boil, place your hands on the counter, step one leg back, and gently press your heel toward the floor. That calf stretch not only feels good, it also helps with circulation and balance. By the time the water is boiling, you've already done something kind for your legs. When you're out grocery shopping and standing in line, instead of getting frustrated at the wait, you can gently roll your shoulders forward and back, loosening the tension that builds up from carrying bags or pushing the cart. You might even shift your weight side to side slowly, keeping your hips flexible. No one around you will think twice, but your body will thank you. Gardening is another beautiful opportunity. After planting or pulling weeds, pause for a moment. Place your hands on your thighs and stretch your back by slowly arching and rounding your spine, almost like a cat stretching. This resets your posture and prevents that stooped feeling that comes from bending forward. In fact, I often tell my patients who love gardening that stretching is the best way to keep them enjoying it for years to come. Even housework offers natural moments. Folding laundry? Spread your arms wide after a pile of towels. Open your chest and take a deep breath. Vacuuming? Pause to gently twist your torso from side to side, keeping your spine mobile. These little habits blend seamlessly into daily chores, turning ordinary routines into hidden wellness rituals. I'd also like you to imagine stretching as part of joyful moments. Picture yourself at a family gathering, perhaps playing with your grandkids. Instead of just sitting and watching, you join in with simple movements, reaching, twisting, bending a little. Every playful motion is also a stretch, keeping you connected both physically and emotionally. This way, stretching isn't just about preventing stiffness, it becomes a way of participating fully in life. And here's another reflection I want you to hold on to. Stretching teaches patience. In a world where we're used to quick results, stretching reminds us that progress can be gentle and steady. You don't need to force it. Each day, each small movement builds upon the last. Over time, you'll notice that what once felt difficult now feels natural. That's the quiet miracle of consistency. So the next time you catch yourself saying, "I don't have time," remember, it only takes a minute. A minute while the coffee brews, a minute while you wait at a red light, a minute before you go to bed. Each of those little minutes is a building block of better health, stronger balance, and more freedom to do the things you love. And perhaps the most beautiful part is this: stretching not only lengthens your muscles, but it lengthens the quality of your days. It keeps you moving, independent, and confident to live life on your own terms. Isn't that what we all want as we age? Not just more years, but better years? One of the simplest stretches I often recommend is what I call the doorway opener. Stand in a doorway, place your hands gently on the sides, and lean forward slightly until you feel your chest and shoulders expand. Hold that position for a few slow breaths. It's especially helpful if you spend time reading, sewing, or even scrolling on a phone, because those activities tend to round the shoulders forward. Just a few seconds of this stretch can bring your posture back to life. For the lower body, try the seated hamstring stretch. Sit tall in a sturdy chair, extend one leg forward with the heel resting on the floor, and lean gently from your hips. You'll feel a stretch along the back of your leg. Seniors often tell me that this simple movement helps them walk more comfortably and reduces that tight, pulling feeling behind the knees. Switch legs and repeat. It's safe, easy, and incredibly effective. If balance is a concern, use the wall calf stretch. Place your hands flat against a wall, step one foot back, and press the heel down. Keep the back leg straight and the front knee bent. You'll feel the stretch in your calf muscle, which supports every step you take. This not only eases foot and ankle stiffness, but also helps you walk with more stability and less fatigue. I also love recommending the gentle spinal twist. Sit upright in a chair, place your right hand on the armrest, and slowly rotate your torso to the right while keeping your hips facing forward. Hold for 3 breaths, then return to center and do the other side. This helps keep your spine mobile, improves digestion, and leaves you feeling refreshed. And don't forget your wrists and hands. Many seniors experience stiffness from arthritis or just years of daily use. To ease that, stretch one arm straight out in front of you, palm facing up, and gently pull the fingers back with your other hand. Switch sides. It's a tiny move, but it can make writing, cooking, or even opening jars feel easier. When I walk patients through these stretches, I always remind them, your breath is your partner. Inhale as you prepare, exhale as you stretch. Breathing this way helps your body relax and prevent strain. It turns the act of stretching into a calming, almost meditative ritual, one that nourishes not only your muscles but also your mind. And here's the part I love most. None of these stretches require special equipment, expensive memberships, or complicated instructions. All they require is you, your body, and a willingness to take a few moments to care for yourself. Each time you do, you're investing in independence, in vitality, and in the ability to keep enjoying the life you love. Let's talk about driving. Many seniors spend time behind the wheel, whether it's visiting friends, going to church, or running errands. Long drives can leave your shoulders tense and your back tight. One of my favorite car stretches is done as soon as you park and turn off the engine. Place both hands on the steering wheel, sit up tall, and gently press your shoulders down while lifting your chest. This opens up the front of your body and relieves that hunched-over feeling. You can also do gentle neck stretches before stepping out of the car, just lowering one ear toward the shoulder, holding, and then switching sides. It makes a world of difference in how relaxed you feel walking into the grocery store or a family visit. Now think about computer use. Many of my patients tell me they stay in touch with family through email, video calls, or even Facebook. That connection is wonderful, but sitting at a computer often creates stiffness in the wrists, shoulders, and upper back. A simple stretch you can try is to interlace your fingers, turn your palms outward, and press your arms forward as if you're pushing away the computer. This lengthens the arms, opens the shoulders, and gives your eyes a break from the screen. Follow it up by rolling your shoulders slowly in both directions. It only takes a minute, but it refreshes your whole body. Now let's address long sitting, whether it's at a church service, a family gathering, or just a movie night at home. Sitting for extended periods causes the hips and lower back to tighten. One stretch I recommend is the seated march. While sitting, lift one knee gently toward your chest, hold it for a breath, and lower it back down. Switch to the other side. It's discreet enough to do anywhere, even in a pew or at the dining table, and it keeps the hips loose and the blood flowing. Another option is simply standing up every 30 to 40 minutes, reaching both arms overhead, and gently leaning side to side. That small act resets your circulation and prevents stiffness from settling in. I also want you to think about stretching as a way of reclaiming control over your body. Sometimes aging can make us feel like our bodies are no longer cooperating. But each time you choose to stretch, you're taking back a bit of that control. You're saying, I may not move like I did at 20, but I can still move, I can still improve, and I can still enjoy life fully. That mindset is just as powerful as the physical benefits. One of my favorite stories is from a gentleman in his early 90s. He came to me worried about losing independence, especially after a minor fall. We worked on a few gentle daily stretches, mostly for his hips, calves, and back. Within a month, not only did his balance improve, but he told me something I'll never forget. He said, "Doctor, I don't just feel steadier on my feet, I feel steadier in my spirit." That's the gift stretching can give. It restores confidence inside and out. And let's not overlook the emotional side. Stretching can be a time of gratitude. As you reach your arms overhead, you might whisper a quiet "thank you" for another day. As you twist gently, you can reflect on the blessings of family or friends. It's more than exercise. It's a ritual of self-care and appreciation for the life you're living right now. When you take a step back and look at everything we've talked about, the message is simple but powerful. Stretching is not just about loosening muscles. It's about giving yourself freedom. Freedom to bend down without pain, to walk with steadiness, to reach for that top shelf with confidence, and to enjoy the little things that make life rich and meaningful. What I want you to carry with you is the understanding that it doesn't take hours, it doesn't take complicated routines, and it certainly doesn't require you to be an athlete. It's about small, gentle moments of care. Moments where you pause, breathe, and remind your body that it is still capable of supporting you in beautiful ways. I know life after 60 can sometimes feel like a series of reminders of what you can't do anymore. But stretching shifts that perspective. It shows you what you still can do and how much better you can feel by doing just a little each day. Imagine waking up tomorrow with less stiffness, walking with a bit more ease, or sitting down without that nagging ache. Those victories may seem small, but they stack up to something extraordinary. More comfort, more independence, more joy in the life you're living. And it's never too late to start. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or even 90, your body will respond with gratitude the moment you begin to care for it. I've seen it over and over again with my patients, and I want you to believe it for yourself. Every gentle stretch is an investment in your future, one that pays back in energy, balance, and confidence. So take this as encouragement from me, your doctor and your friend. Your body is not done giving back to you. With just a few minutes each day, you can feel lighter, stronger, and more at peace. That is the gift of stretching, and it's yours to claim starting today. My friends, thank you for spending this time with me today. I know you could have been doing many other things, but you chose to invest these minutes in your health, and that tells me something important. It tells me you care about your future, your independence, and the life you still want to live fully. As you go about your day, I hope you'll carry these simple stretches with you, weaving them into your routines and noticing the difference they make. And when you do, I want you to remember that you're not alone. I'm cheering you on every step of the way. If this conversation has helped you, I'd love for you to stay connected. You can do that by liking this video, leaving a comment to share your own experience, or subscribing so you never miss the next bit of encouragement and practical advice. Think of it as keeping this doctor's visit going, right here whenever you need a little guidance or motivation. Take care of yourselves, my dear friends. May your days be filled with comfort, movement, and joy. And until we meet again, stay well, stay strong, and remember, you are capable of more than you realize.